shotgun now for Breeze. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Miles Sanders, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd.
And Jeffrey's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 4.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Tackle made at the 40.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A give running left. It's Sanders. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. My partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage of the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscores. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Intended for Jared Cook. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
We're scoreless after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 28 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Number 20.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now
running right. Here's Sanders. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Eagles. 1st and 10 at the
on first down. Sanders. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Oh, ball batted in the air and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there, Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Eagle, Malcolm Jenkins.
Intercepted.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Let's go, baby.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check back.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. And Kamara with a carry there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you're able to do so many things anyway, you can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Let him know. 50 seconds.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
57's the mark. 57.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
4th and goal.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Here we go with Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara as the first half is winding down. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47. Not today, you are. Not today. Joker. Check. Fresno.
A final shot before half for Wentz. 20. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Taken in the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
17-yard line.
To try again after the sack. Wentz. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
Wentz's pass.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check, 47. Tackles.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Breeze now on first down. And Josh Hill has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. A 10th carry for Camaro. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They run it again with Camaro. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
And it's third down.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. That was a 3rd and somewhat manageable, now not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate. At home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia, and decisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game, they just gave away. That's a team that should be at worst 1-1 right now. Now looking at 0-2 and have a lot of questions.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 40 now on second down. Wentz. And some room to work. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
By the Saints.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. If there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
At the 26.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
Throwing now is Breeze. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt. This a 43-yard attempt, and Lutz puts this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Wentz. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 3-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Let's get off the field. 47.
Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze. Carrying it out deep for Smith. It got his man. Complete. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, New Orleans. Eagles. Traquan Smith, 95 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Here's Wentz to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Wentz going to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
Eagles.
First target, first catch at a 1st down.
At the 38-yard
Throwing on first is Wentz.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. He'll fire it deep for... And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Rankins on the stop.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football?
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Saints will have the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And this offense continues to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Saints 31, Eagles nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Boston Scott on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 95-56, 95-56. Let's go. We got this. We got this. 57's the max.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
On the carry for New Orleans.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Play action. Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
First down.
Big stop. Let's go. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Breeze is looking to throw. He's got Smith here. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Smith.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Come on, baby.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and short.
And 1 yard to go.
Now Breeze again. Looking long for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So this one